Hi, I am Ashok Vishandass, Professor of Applied Economics in Indian Institute of Public Administration in IIPA. Today we are going to discuss about UPSC Civil Service Preliminary Examination GS1 paper relating to the economics and sustainable development question. Let us look at the actual questions. Let us identify the key point in each of these three statements: tight monetary policy, capital flight, and devaluation with ECB, and whether it decreases the currency or not. Now let us look. The tight monetary policy implies that the central bank in charge of the monetary policy is seeking to reduce the demand for money and limit the pace of economic expansion. Central bank engage in tight monetary policy when inflation is rising too fast and usually involves increasing interest rate. Tight monetary policy of US Federal Reserve means hiking the borrowing rates, which slows lending. Rate increases make borrowing less attractive as interest payment increase. US dollar strengthen against emerging market currencies like rupee. As a result, US-based foreign portfolio investor, foreign institutional investor investing in country like India will pull money out from here and thus leading to significant capital flight. It decreases the value of their investment in dollar terms. The capital flight may increase interest cost of the firm with a large stock of foreign currency debt, as rising US dollar would increase the debt serving cost in local currency for firms. In other words, statement 1 is true, statement 2 is also correct, and this devaluation of domestic currency would not decrease the currency associated with ECB. Therefore, this statement is not correct. So, option A, that means statement 1 and 2 only. So, this is the right answer. Next question. Bank Board Bureau, BBB is chairman. Bank's Board Bureau, BBB, comprises the chairman, 3 ex officio members, which are Secretary to Government of India in the Department of Public Enterprise, Secretary in the Department of Financial Services, and Deputy Governor of Reserve Bank of India, and 3 expert members. The current chairman is Shri Bhanu Pratap Sharma, who was former Secretary to Government of India in DOPT. The governor of RBI is not a chairman, hence statement 1 is incorrect. BBB is mandated to recommend selection of board members for various financial institutions in public sector banks, insurance company, hence statement 2 is correct. BBB is also required to undertake activities in the sphere of governance of these institutions, including developing strategy and capital raising plan. Hence, statement 3 is also correct. So, statement 2 and 3, that means option B is the right answer. Next question. CRA, Credit Rating Agency, who regulates them? Credit rating agency CRA in India are regulated by SEBI but not by RBI. So this statement 1 is straightway incorrect. ICRA Limited, formerly Investment Information and Credit Rating Agency of India Limited, was set up in 1991. Today, ICRA and its subsidiaries together form the ICRA group of companies, Group ICRA. ICRA is a public limited company with its share listed in the BSE and NSE. Therefore, statement 2 is true. Brickwork Rating is a SEBI registered Indian credit rating agency funded by bankers, credit rating professionals, former regulator. Therefore, statement 3 is also correct. So, option B is the right answer. Next question. Here the key points are convertible bonds and equity. Let us see what is a convertible bond. A convertible bond is a fixed income corporate debt security that yields interest payment but can be converted into equity share. A convertible bond protects investors' principal on the downside but allows them to participate in the upside should the company perform better and succeed. However, convertible bonds tend to offer a lower coupon rate or rate of return in exchange for the value of the option to convert the bond into common stock. Companies benefit, they can issue debt at a lower interest rate compared to the traditional bond offering. However, not all companies offer convertible bond. Therefore, statement 1 is correct. The option to convert to equity affords the bondholder a degree of indexation to rising consumer prices. A indexation will ensure that prices are adjusted with the inflation over a period of time. With the help of indexation, bondholders will be able to lower their long-term capital gain as their investment will be adjusted with inflation even when converting bonds into equity, which brings down their taxable income. Hence, statement 2 is correct. So, alternative given at C is the right answer. Next, key point are price stability and controlling inflation. RBI is vested with the responsibility of conducting monetary policy. This responsibility is explicitly mandated under the RBI Act 1934. Price stability is a necessary precondition to sustainable growth. The MPC, which is Monetary Policy Committee, determines the policy interest rate required to achieve the inflation target. The Reserve Bank's Monetary Policy Department assists the MPC in formatting the monetary policy. The Financial Market Operation Department of the RBI operationalize the monetary policy mainly through day-to-day liquidity management operation. The Financial Market Committee meets daily to review the liquidity conditions so as to ensure that the operating target of the weighted average call money rate is aligned with the repo rate. Hence, option D is the right answer. And this Department of Consumer Affairs, Expenditure Management Commission, Financial Stability, they have nothing to do with these kind of responsibility. Next question. Here the key point are inflation, the government securities, rapidly depreciating rupee, interest rate in USA. Let us look at this. A central bank such as RBI periodically intervenes in the debt market to influence the interest rate and rate of inflation in the economy. If RBI feels inflation is too high, it will sell government security and suck money out of the system. This act will push up interest rate in the economy and the business will cut back on capital expenditure financed by loans, reducing the demand for money. Hence, statement 1 is incorrect. Central banks also intervenes periodically in foreign exchange markets. Interest rate movement in a foreign economy can stimulate action on the part of RBI. If interest rate in the US or EU were to fall, FII, that is foreign institutional investor, will ramp up investment in India. The resultant demand for rupee will cause the rupee to appreciate. In response, RBI will buy dollars and inject rupee into the system. Hence, statement 2 and 3 are correct. So, alternative given at B is the right answer. Next question. Here the key point are nominal effective exchange rate, real effective exchange rate, and improvement in trade competitiveness. Let us denote this nominal effective exchange rate by NER and real effective exchange rate by REER. Nominal effective exchange rate is a measure of the value of the currency against a weighted average of several foreign currencies. The nominal exchange rate is the amount of domestic currency needed to purchase foreign currency. If value of domestic currency decreases against a basket of other currency inside a floating exchange rate regime, NER depreciates. Conversely, NER increases with the domestic currency appreciate against the basket. Therefore, statement 1 is correct. An increase in RER implies that export become more expensive and it will lead to loss in trade competitiveness. Therefore, statement 2 is not true. Rising inflation will impact RER, which in turn would inevitably push up the cost of merchandise and affect competitiveness of Indian export. Thus, higher domestic inflation related to inflation in other countries is likely to cause an increasing divergence between NER and RER. Therefore, statement 3 is correct. So, alternative given at C is the right answer. Next question. Here the key point is inflation index bonds. Then capital gains on these bonds, whether they are taxable or not. Inflation index bond in India were issued by RBI in 2013 and were benchmarked to wholesale price index. IIBs are financial instruments that seek to protect the bond's purchasing power by tying interest and principal payment to the index of price changes. Index bonds include two types of compensation: a real rate of return plus a compensation for the erosion of purchasing power. Inflation component on principal will be paid with interest, but the same would be adjusted in the principal by multiplying principal with the index ratio. At the time of redemption, adjusted principal on the face value, whichever is higher, is paid. Hence, statement 1 and 2 both are correct. The interest received as well as capital gains on IIB are taxable. Therefore, this statement is incorrect. So, the option given at A is the right answer. Here the key point is real sector of the economy. The real sector of an economy consists of enterprise, non-financial corporation, household and non-profit institution serving household. The activities of this real sector persuade economic output and is represented by those economic segments that are essential for the progress of GDP of the economy. For instance, farmers harvesting their crops or textile mills converting raw cotton into fabric ensure increase of economic output, which in turn increases the progress of GDP. The sector is crucial for sustainability of the economy because of its productive capacity to meet nation's aggregate demand. Hence, statement 1, 2 both are correct. Now, these 3 and 4 are incorrect. So, alternative given at A is the right answer. Here the key points are e-commerce, marketplaces, the degree whether it's unlimited or limited. Let us look at this. Consumer Protection E-commerce Rules 2020 define e-commerce entity, also foreign owned, as any person who owns, operates or manages digital or electronic facility or platform for electronic commerce, but does not include a seller offering his goods or services for sale on a marketplace economic entity. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. Inventory of a vendor will be deemed to be controlled by e-commerce marketplace entity if more than 25% of purchase of such vendor are from the marketplace entity or group company. Hence, statement 2 is correct. So, alternative given at B is the right answer. Next question. Here the key point is indirect transfer. In essence, this refers to understanding of the term indirect transfer. Indirect transfers refer to the situation where foreign entities own share or assets in India. The share of such foreign entities are transferred instead of a direct transfer of the underlying assets in India. So, D is the correct answer. These are not the indirect transfers. Next question. Here the key point is SRI, reduction seed requirement, reduce methane and reduce electricity. Let us look at this. SRI was first developed in 1980 and since then several countries in the world including India have been practicing it. Saves 15 to 20% groundwater, improves rice productivity. Under SRI, 2 kg seed is required to grow a nursery for 1 acre against 5 kg seed requirement in the traditional method. So, statement 1 is correct. SRI is a holistic approach to sustainable rice cultivation by minimizing water use and alternating wet and dry condition. It minimizes the methane production. Hence, statement 2 is correct. With less consumption of water, adoption of SRI saves total energy input. A study found in Vietnam has also proved that applying SRI methods can save around 23% of energy input while increasing energy output by 11%. Hence, statement 3 is also correct. So, option given at D is the right answer. Next question. It relates to the T board. Whether it's a statutory body, to which ministry it is attached, and where is headquarters, and whether this has the overseas office in Dubai and Moscow. Yes, the T board has these offices at Dubai and Moscow, so fourth is correct. T board is a statutory body, so one is correct. This regulatory body is not attached to the Ministry of Agriculture but to the Ministry of Commerce, so this statement is incorrect. The T board's head office is situated in Kolkata, not in Bangalore, so this is also incorrect. So the alternative given at D is the right answer. Next question on tea producing states. Today, the major tea growing states are Assam, West Bengal, Tripura, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, Himachal Pradesh, and Uttarakhand. But all these states are not mentioned, so let us identify which are there. Andhra Pradesh is not much, but Kerala, Himachal Pradesh, Tripura. So, the alternative given at C is the right answer. Next question. Anthropogenic source of methane and nitrous oxide. Paddy fields are anthropogenic sources of atmosphere, nitrous oxide and methane, which have been reckoned at 273 and 80 to 83 times more powerful than the carbon dioxide in driving temperature increase in 20 years. In paddy, both the soil and the rice plants emit nitrous oxide into the atmosphere. So, correct answer is option B. Next question. Greenwashing. A greenwashing is when a company purports to be environmentally conscious for marketing purposes but actually is not making any notable sustainability efforts. So, let us read A. The conveying a false impression that company products are eco-friendly. So, this is the right answer. Next question. This revolves around capital expenditure, which is also CapEx. Capital expenditure are funds used by a company to acquire, upgrade, and maintain physical assets such as property, plants, building, technology, or equipment. CapEx is often used to undertake new projects or investment by a company. Cost to upgrade or purchase software, investment in new technology, and computer equipment are considered as a part of capital expenditure, as they are often employed to improve operational efficiency, increase revenue in the long term, or make improvement to the existing assets of the company. Hence, statement 1 is correct, and this is not true. Therefore, alternative given at A is the right answer. Next question. The key point are household financial savings, dated security, internal debts. Household financial savings refer to the currency, bank deposit, debt security, mutual fund, pension funds, insurance, investment in small saving schemes by the household. The net household financial savings was 11.5% of the gross national disposable income. A part of financial saving goes towards the government borrowing. As government borrows through the issue of government security called the G security and treasury bills, the central government debts includes all liability of central government contracted against the Consolidated Fund of India, defined as the public debt. Public debt is further classified into internal and external debt. Internal debt consists of marketable debt and non-marketable debt. Marketable debt comprises of government debt, security, and treasury bill issued through auction. Therefore, statement 1 and 2 both are correct. So, option C is the right answer. Next question. Biodock technology. Biodock technology is an innovative process originally invented in 1976 by late architect to produce natural building material in the sea. Biorock technology has been successfully applied to fish and shellfish mariculture as well as to growing limestone breakwaters to protect islands and coastal area from erosion and rising sea level. It is a unique method that allows coral reefs and other marine ecosystems including seagrass, salt marsh, mangrove and oyster reefs to survive and recover. So this is incorrect. This also does not hold good. D is also incorrect and A is the right answer. Thank you.